All right, thank you all for being here. This is really exciting. Many of you that have been in Jefferson Parish for a while remember the days of the boat races out here on the lake. In the end of July 27th through 29th, we will bring racing back to the Bonnabel Boat Launch in Jefferson Parish. P1 Boat Races is joining us, and it's going to be a big festival the entire weekend. There's a pit party Friday night. There's all different kind of races throughout the weekend. It's going to have a huge economic impact to this area. It should be millions of dollars in economic activity to District 5 and Jefferson Parish. We're going to fill up local hotels, restaurants, and small businesses will get the benefit of this. We are working, as everybody knows, this is going to be a big draw. We're going to draw a lot of people here. So we are trying to work out parking arrangements at several different large parking lots and have shuttle service so that we don't put a huge burden on the neighborhood. In the coming weeks, you're going to see a comprehensive race guide. Stay tuned to our Facebook page and Jefferson Parish Facebook page, as well as P1's. You're going to see a comprehensive guide with parking info, event maps, food vendors, and safety and access instructions. Just make sure you follow us on Facebook or jeffparish.gov to stay in touch with what's going on. At this time, we have a special guest. I would like to introduce our Sheriff, Joseph Lapinto.
We're just looking forward to bringing racing back, partnering up with P1. It should be a great event for us. The Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office, as I said, with Hans Olgeberg said earlier, we're going to have different parking located at several different locations over at Marie Riviere and over at Grace King and even 3500 Causeway with shuttles provided by the parish to bring everybody out. But of course, the levee is going to be wide open here from Bucktown to the Bonnabel Boat Launch to be able to have the crowds that we expect to be able to come out, and hopefully we have great weather for. We're coming off a great event in Zurich. We're happy to host them here in Jefferson Parish. The Sheriff's Office will be ready with all of our assets and looking forward to a great time. Thank you.
Sheriff, with this boat behind me, I hope you brought your ticket book, because just looking at that thing makes you want to give it a ticket. Thank y'all so much. This is really exciting. Appreciate y'all being here. I'd also like to introduce the gentleman who brought this event to Jefferson Parish in District 5, Shane Guidry.
Yeah, thanks for coming, everybody. As we all know, racing was a big part of New Orleans for a very, very long time. I'm happy to have been able to partner with P1 to bring it back in a big way. So this will actually be one of 3 national races that P1 does. It's going to be a huge event. There'll be, hundreds and hundreds of spectators and boats here. There'll be Sea-Doo races here professionally. There'll be all the different race classes, from the outboards all the way to the Supercats like you see here. It's a 175-mile-an-hour boat that I own myself, that if I wanted, I could actually make it go to 200, but not willing to do that at this time. I think, we have the right lake for it. As the councilman said, we have all the restaurants, we have the bars that people want to enjoy at night. We have the casinos that are wanting to be involved. But listen, I go all around the country with this boat, and there's no other place like Jefferson Parish and the city of New Orleans to come together and put something together. Lake Pontchartrain, when it's calm, is probably the finest place to run a boat like this. We do like some wind. These boats like to pack wind. The more wind you have, the more you can get the boat out the water and just have the props in the water and get more speed. So hopefully we'll have a little breeze blowing that day for all the guys that are racing. And we don't want anything too strong, but it does like a 2-foot chop as well, so we can always handle that. P1's a great outfit. The national event that ends the tournament in November, I've been to it several years. And if we can get just 50% of that level of participation into this event, I think next year when it comes back, it'll be one of the biggest ones that P1 has for the year. So with that, if anybody has any questions, I'm happy to take them.
To people who are unfamiliar with P1 racing, can you talk a little bit about the speeds that the boats will be traveling?
Yeah.
How far are they going to be going
You know, so they'll have classes from 30 foot long to the Super Cats, which are about 60 foot. The Super Cat's going to run in excess of 200 miles an hour. The smaller boats are going to run consistently at 100, 110 miles per hour. It's all about the turns, right? How the course is set up. Taking those turns, understanding how to set your trim in the wind. Too much trim, as we saw in Lake Havasu recently, caused the boat to flip 3 or 4 times. I don't know if anybody saw that. That can happen here. Guys get a little overzealous and want to make up, you know, that 1 or 2 seconds that they may be behind. So we'll have to see what happens with the wind that day. Certainly the Super Cats are the one that everybody wants to watch. They're the loudest, they go the fastest, they're the funnest. They're the ones that they bump each other. They do fly into the air. A lot of times they're lucky enough to land right side up and keep on going, which is something amazing to see. So yeah, it's then of course then you have the 1 mile race. The 1 mile race is something to see. So anybody can actually participate in that. I can put this boat in that 1 mile race. Whoever has the fastest time, you know, wins that class, and there'll be different classes for it. And the cedar races are great to watch. So if you have a boat, come on out and, you know, move your boat around and make sure you bring your anchor so you're not floating in the way and get somebody in trouble. One of the races in trouble, but the cedar races are amazing to see. These cedars are doing 100 miles an hour. I mean, it's just, it's really interesting to see how these guys control these things. So it's a round course, right? So it's like an oval, if you will. The turns can't be too tight because the boats are going so fast, and they just don't turn that well. You do have to make wide turns, or you'll flip them really quick. Now they do slow down the turns. It's like a NASCAR race, right? You're going to slow down a turn, and you're going to speed up in a straightaway. It's the same thing here. So P1 is very similar to NASCAR, if you will, but on the water.
So, like, where will they start and where will they end, like, for people to watch?
So the last time.
Lakefront Airport and then
No. It's not going to be that wide of a track. The last setup I saw is going to be pretty much from here to the Coast Guard station and out. So, I mean, you'll be able to sit on the levee, or those that have higher homes will be able to watch the races all day long.
Reminisce on the Al Copeland racing days and how this will be similar or different?
You know, the boats are different. I mean, this is a personal boat. It's not even, you know, in a race, and it does 175 miles per hour. You know, I think back in the day, everybody was, you know, excited when they got a boat to 150, 165. You know, just the other day, the guy set the 1 mile record at 212 miles per hour in a, you know, stock boat, right? So it's different. They're going to be louder. They're going to be more colorful. They're wider. They're bigger. You know, back in the day, they didn't go down the road this way. They went down the road with escorts, right? So, of course, they weren't this wide. This isn't even a wide one. I mean, I've seen some coming out this year. It's going to be 14 and a half foot wide. So.
How long did it take you to bring this race here to Jefferson Parish?
You know, it didn't take very long. Spoke to P1 in passing about 5 months ago. Explained to them what we have here to offer. Explained to them how, you know, look, I've been to Lake Havasu, great place, but I've also been to Lake of the Ozarks. Not so great, in my opinion, for racing, tight, risky. And other places that I've been to didn't make any sense to me. This lake is amazing for it. It's not only is it amazing for it, it's one of the only places that spectators can just be lined up watching. There'll be so much room for boats to safely drop anchor and stay away and stay safe. You just don't get that other places. So I think, and look, they haven't, P1's never been here. You know, back in the day, the races were a different company putting them on. But I think they're going to love this place. I really do. I think they're going to want to be here for a long time.
And can you tell me what did Jefferson Parish contribute in order to get that here?
I would have to ask the councilman exactly what they did, yeah.
The parish is first of all, I can just go back. We actually I was remiss in not introducing Council Chair Scott Walker and Councilwoman at Large Jennifer Van Franken, who is also with us. But we started not too long ago to put this together with Mr. Guidry's staff. I mean, and we worked doggedly. You know, the parish wants, just like New Orleans is great for the Super Bowl, this area is great for this race. So we have worked very hard with these guys to try to put this together. The parish we're doing a lot of in-kind contributions, as you know, just to try to assist. I think probably somewhere in the neighborhood of $25,000 is a number that stands in my head. I hope we can keep it to that. But we are incentivizing these guys to come and stay here.
Right. So so my company's put up the money, $300,000, to be the promoter. Why we do that? Look, we make all of our money on the water. We don't make it on land at all anywhere. Globally, Gulf of Mexico, everywhere. So we try to give back, right? So this is one way to give back to boaters, and then of course throughout the Bahamas, throughout the Atlantic, and throughout the Gulf, we give to different large fishing tournaments as well. We know we're out there disturbing those waters and disturbing those boaters, so we try to give back.
For the spectators that come out, what kind of things can they get? Food booths, souvenir booths, displays. What do you envision?
Yes, my understanding is that there'll be vendors out here with food. There'll be drink. I believe there's going to be a stage set up where P1's going to have entertainment. So yeah, it'll be an event. It'll be somewhat of a festival along the water.
What time?
The boats will be at night where you walk around and you'll be able to see them on display like this.
What time will the races start?
I'm not sure of the exact schedule.
Where is the starting line?
That I'm not sure about either. I don't recall. Yeah. Again, I'm just helping out, getting it here. I'm not at all interested in working. All right. Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
All that information will be available online shortly. So just stay tuned to the P1's website, jeffparish.gov, and our social media page. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank y'all.
There's some bigger than this, though, because this one could
Yeah,
be. This one
they said-
Else can catch a throw or do anything.
And so